Okay, y'all, you know, when it comes to cruising, I got to give it all, the good and the bad. So even though this is not what I would want to do a video on, I must. So here's what happened. Passengers aboard the Carnival Sunshine described nightmare sailing into Charleston in storm. Charleston, South Carolina. The Carnival Sunshine sails out of Charleston. And of course, that's where it docks. And this is what happened. I think it happened on the 26th. Is today the 26th? No, the 26th was a couple of days ago, I think. Y'all can correct me if I'm incorrect. I am going to show the video. Many people vacation during the holidays, but bad weather conditions can drastically change the experience. That's what happened to some aboard the Carnival Sunshine in Charleston this week. If y'all could excuse the noise, I am myself on vacation, and so you probably hear some of my friends in the background. We're packing, preparing to go home, and cutting up in this house tonight. So anyway, several people who cruise on the ship shared on Facebook photos, several people who cruise on the ship shared on Facebook photos and videos of this horrific conditions they endured on what was supposed to be a peaceful holiday vacation. Again, I'm going to share this in a minute. For one couple, the start of their engagement and first ever cruise was described as a nightmare, unfortunately. The new couple, the new fiance, the couple got very sick and they had to stay in their room at the start of the cruise. After Tracy passed out 3 times, my Lord, and caught a fever, they were advised to quarantine. She started feeling better, but then the ship got caught in a storm on its way back to Charleston. It was shaking us so violently, she said. And I'm going to show y'all the video in a few minutes. Carnival cruisers said that they were confused after several hours of no communication from crew members. One passenger said that they didn't receive communication for over 12 hours. That is unacceptable. Carnival, that is unacceptable. To be in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night with no information was the worst. And I apologize for the notifications. To be in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night with no information was the worst part, she said. What we endured is indescribable, not only to feel it yourself, but to hear and see it set on every single person around you, from adult, child, and elderly, is something I will never forget. Another passenger said that the cruise left them blindsided. Unacceptable, Carnival. Unacceptable. They're not reassuring us, not telling us what was going on, and they could have updated us and let us know something, he said. Water damage and broken glass was left in the hallways and rooms. A representative from Carnival responded to the request for comments from News 4 with the following statement in full. This is what Carnival said. Carnival Sunshine returned to Charleston was impacted by the weather and rough seas on Saturday. Guests on board the ship were safe. Our medical staff have a small number of guests and crew members who needed minor assistance. The weather's prolonged impact on the Charleston area delayed the ship's arrival on Sunday, and as a result, the next voyage embarkation was also delayed. We appreciate the patience and understanding of all our guests. One thing I will say is Carnival is not in charge, or not, they have no control over the weather, and these things happen. But I think you should keep your passengers informed. If that was the case, if they were not informed, indeed. He said the Carnival Sunshine is now sailing on a 5-day Bahamas cruise and will return to Charleston on Thursday. So this ship has already gone out. Now, this is the Carnival Sunshine. For those of you who are in the beef sector, this is not Dovey's ship. Dovey is on the Royal. She is on Royal out of Miami. This ship is the Carnival Sunshine out of Charleston, South Carolina. And a lot of you think that I'm with Dovey. I am not. I am in California. So I'm in California. I'm not cruising. I'm just in the Southern California area, vacationing here. So I'm going to show the video now so that you can see what happened, and then leave me some comments. So y'all just seen the video, and once again, this was the Carnival Sunshine. It had 2,642 passengers, 1,150 crew members. Carnival Cruise Line made the decision to sail right into it, creating intensive damage and some injuries to passengers and crew on board. The Carnival Sunshine was previously named the Carnival Destiny. I have been on this ship before. It's a smaller ship. It's not a really big ship. The ship has been sailing to Nassau and Half Moon Cay around the Bahamas. Passengers posted on Facebook, I believe the Carnival Sunshine ship is in trouble. The ship is stopped and we are sitting ducks with huge waves and 50 to 70 knots of wind somewhere off the coast of Georgia and Florida. Locked down in their rooms, and they were, asking for prayer. And he was on a Facebook Live. This passenger later added that he was pissed and scared. The ship is still stopped. No communication from the captain's staff. I can't say enough how unacceptable that is. Public announcement, please. He's asking him. Public announcement, please stand by. The winds are Hurricane Gale. I didn't know there was a hurricane. Again, excuse my notifications. I believe the captain was trying to outrun the storm. Bad decision. I'm sure he will be breaking news tomorrow. The ship was originally destined for Charleston for Saturday, but due to the storm, its arrival and start of this subsequent cruise to Bahamas was delayed today. Now that ship has gone back out, y'all. They repaired the damage, got it together, and went back out on a 5-day cruise. Pictures and videos are being shared online, and destroyed crew cabins, flooded corridors, water leaking into passenger cabins, and extensive damage to multiple decks on deck 12 of the cruise. So, and let me tell y'all something. Y'all probably think that some of those passengers will never cruise again. They will. Some of the ones that, like that couple that just got engaged, they probably won't. They probably won't. Cruising will not be their thing. But for those of us who've been cruising for a long time and and enjoy cruising, they will get back on the cruise again. Carnival Cruise Line, as I said before, did release a statement basically saying what happened. And, telling their passengers they appreciate their help. Rough weather will sometimes interfere with cruise ships and their travel plans. In February, a tropical cyclone forced Royal Caribbean and Carnival cruisers to detour many sailors into the South Pacific. In December, a rogue wave hit a cruise ship and flooded some cabins, killing and injuring passengers on board. So these things happen. Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas waves from that storm crashed onto the 5th deck of the large cruise ship as it sailed off the Jersey shore. So it's not just Carnival. You already got people saying Carnival is the Spirit Airlines and all of that. Weather happens to all the cruise ships. People have to make decisions on whether they're going to keep on selling, where they're going to sell to. So as you can see, it happens on Royal, it happens on Norwegian, it happens on MSC, and it happens on Carnival. But thank God that no lives were taken, and that they was able to take that ship out again, and it was minor injuries. This is Cruiser. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come on back home, Dovey. Y'all pray for everybody who's traveling, whether it's on sea, dry land, air, train, however it is. Pray for our traveling mercies. This is Cruiser. Please like, share, and subscribe.